How are you doing? It has been long, but we are glad that we are back. And I thank God for this opportunity that is given to us once again, that we are going to share and to learn about marriages as usual. And if you're new to this channel, I am glad to welcome you and to tell you that this is the right place for you to learn things and just to understand things about marriage. We share, we have guests that help us to understand and even to know, like, biblically, what was the intention or the purpose of God when he created marriages. And that's what we are here to learn about today. And again, if you're new here, kindly remember to subscribe to this channel and remember to view the videos that we've had there before. And also, if you're a returning subscriber, I am glad that you found or you chose that time to just to come and listen to what we have today. And I'm so happy and I am so glad just to tell you that on the channel today we have a guest that we have really been waiting for, and finally, who is God? He is here on the channel. Some of you know him, some of you don't know him, but he's here finally. And we're just glad because we are shooting these and we are celebrating our 12 years anniversary in marriage. Yeah, 12 years. Now that tells you that it is workable. Marriage is workable. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 12 years, my friend. So if you're starting, I want to tell you that this thing is workable. But of course, with God and doing things in the right way. Manze, karibu sana kwa hii channel.
This is a guest.
Guest, manze, tumekuwa tukikungoja kwa hii channel. Finally, you're here.
Why was
you know,
the guest?
Marriage is not about one person, and it's about two. And now, the other person. Men, hoye. Men have been asking me, hey, where's the other person? So, we want to hear things. You're talking about women sana sana. Yuko hapa. He's going to give his perspective on the side of men, even as we discuss our topic today. And I want him to say hi. But just before he says hi, I think it's good for us to tell you what we are discussing today. As I've said, we are celebrating our 12 years in marriage. So it is our 12th anniversary. And we just thought these 12 years have been years full of God's faithfulness. But as we all know that marriage is work, and you have to put in work for it to come the far that you need it to go. And it takes two to make a marriage work. So we thought, why don't we share what our experience and what has worked for us? Maybe to you who is starting marriage may apply something that we have applied and it has worked. And to you who is looking forward to get married one time, you will know what marriage is all about. So that is what we are going to discuss today. What has worked for us in the 12 years. So my guest, karibu sana.
Asante.
Just introduce yourself ndio watu wakujue.
Wow. That intro, manzi. The guest you have been waiting for. So who has been waiting for this guest?
Have you been waiting to be here? Never been nimekuwa nikingoja tu ufike hapa.
All right, this is a guest that has been, people have been looking forward to. Okay, my name is Karaoke. I think you forgot to say something about the name of the channel. The channel's name is Miriam Karaoke.
Yes.
Now, this is Karaoke.
Karaoke himself. Karaoke himself. And by the way, it's not that he has not been here. Behind the scenes, this guy has been doing wonders. He's the one that has been making sure all we have venues to shoot the video, making sure that videographer has been transported to wherever he needs to be transported to, making sure that we eat, making sure that we are comfortable when shooting all the clips and the guests are comfortable. So thank you so much for your support. But thank you that you're here physically.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you. You're actually doing some good job. And just like she said there.
Good job.
Kuna wale watu wanaitangwa behind the scenes.
Yeah.
The truth of the matter is everything that is happening in this channel. I think I'm in the forefront. I've been the forefront of everything. Not really like behind the scenes here, like I'm not aware of what is happening.
Yeah.
A lot has been happening through me. cheering her to do the work she has been doing. So I've always been there, only that I've not been able to sit on this bench.
Yeah.
And we were waiting for today now, in this, as we celebrate our 12th year anniversary.
Yeah.
Finally, we are here, and
We
I'm ready
thank
to be
God.
your guest. Thank
We
you for
thank
inviting me
God.
and for having me. Looking forward to have a very nice time together as we discuss a few things on what may be and what is actually happening, and what has enabled us as two of us to make it to where we have been able to arrive at in these 12 years of marriage. Exactly.
Thank
Asante.
you. Thank you so much. We got married 12 years ago. We met in church, in a ministry that we were serving God together. And the rest is history. I think we will have that video on how we met and how it all started. But the rest is history. So we are here today. We are here to discuss what has worked for us. And maybe if we share our story and our journey, somebody outside there will get encouraged, and they may apply what we have applied and what we have learned out of marriage and has worked for us. So we start with you. Tell us the journey, 12 years journey. How has it been, and what do you think has strengthened us and has brought us this far?
A lot has worked for us. And I may not say that there is a specific thing that has really been like nihi. There's no specific formula.
Yeah.
But
Or maybe before we go to that, we want to say that it's God.
of course,
It's not our efforts. Definitely, the number one thing is God.
you just said the answer was to give, maybe.
Yes.
Because, but of course, there are a lot.
Yeah.
And what you are saying is that, this journey is progressive. God forbid that we have heard of people who have stayed in marriage for 50 years, maybe even more than 10 years, and they divorce.
Yeah.
There before, maybe tutasema, maybe it was working.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm saying it is progressive, and if at every stage you are in life, you apply whatever is supposed to be applied on, it will definitely work. But I think there's something I would like to say to end on that. There is a man of God sometimes back, I think we were around 2 years in marriage. He said something that caught my attention.
Yeah.
And can I quote him?
Just quote him.
Yeah, he's a pastor of a church in Eldoret, and he's called Reverend Bitok. I attended one of his meetings in town, in Nakuru. There's something he's saying, a very fundamental thing, and he's saying that marriage is an institution. And every institution has guidelines, has principles.
Yeah.
And these are principles when you apply them. Now, let's talk in terms of the context of marriage.
Yeah.
It is an institution that is actually guided by certain principles. Those principles, if you apply them, I assure you, your marriage will work.
Yeah.
And this was example. The example he was giving us was that, and I have come to, the reason I'm quoting that is because I have seen it work. What he said was that there are marriages of non-Christians. And when I talk of non-Christians, I mean those people of other different religion. Muslims, Hindus, and even those people who do not believe in God. And their marriages work.
Yeah.
What will make a marriage for a Muslim to work? What will make a marriage for a Hindu to work? This guy who does not believe in God, what will make his marriage work? And he said, why then do we have also marriages of Christians that does not work? So the key thing here is that it does not necessarily mean because you are a Christian, born again, your marriage must work. Never. There are principles, if you do not apply them, regardless of who you are, a bishop, a pastor, a churchgoer, those principles, if you do not apply them, however you speak in tongues, you will fail. For example, by meaning the principles I mean, you could be like a driving. There are set rules and standards that a driver should use and look into. Like when I was doing my driving tests, niliambiwa, you do not overtake at a bend. You know, when you see a bridge, you should slow down. Those are principles and guidelines that are safe for any road user. If you do not apply them, if you begin to overtake at a bed and you speak in tongues, my friend, the chances are you definitely crash. The same way to marriage. There are some guidelines, there are some principles that should be applied. If you do not apply them, I assure you, you are bound to fail.
That's very true, and I agree with that. So let's go to the principles now. What principles have we applied for the 12 years that have worked for us and we have come this far? Yes. What do you think like we have done? Okay, can I start for my side?
Maybe.
I think what has really made us like, or made our marriage like move forward progressively, and now 12 years and we are counting more, is because we have embraced the power of communication.
Sure.
Yeah, we have embraced the power of communication, and we are very good at communicating.
I believe so.
Like we keep our communication alive at all times. Haijalishi, like if sometimes we are not tumekosana, we've disagreed on something, but that does not make us break our communication. Sometimes we disagree. Maybe even before we leave the house in the morning, we disagree. But before that cannot stop us from I need to ask you something, but I cannot call you during the day because we disagreed in the morning. Now I cannot call you during the day and inquire something that I want to inquire. That thing that made us disagree at that point, we put it aside. We focus on, there's a marriage.
Yeah, sure.
There are children. There are other things that we need to communicate about. So we don't struggle too much to communicate with each other. However, we may disagree. Ama, we've never had a point of corona communication breakdown. You see, there are those times you feel like you hear people say like, okay, I don't know, but you hear people say like, we've not spoken to each other for a week, and we're in the same house. We've not spoken to each other like for 1 day, 2 days, and for that matter, it is so hard for you to call me after when we've disagreed and I snob your call.
True.
Now I can't pick your call because we had disagreed on something. It has never happened to us.
Yeah, sure. I think I also add on that about communication. That you know why somebody might wonder, we disagreed in the morning, or maybe for whichever reason. Then how do you again pick up your call and call this person? On that one, I would say this: do not carry grudges in terms of commitment, because the reason as to why couples may disagree on something and then kaput, no communication, is because you are carrying the grudges.
Yeah.
This is what I mean. You might disagree on something. Like, okay, I may not say that we usually disagree on such matters, but because we do not. Like, for example, let's talk in terms of food. You disagree on the matter of food in the house. All right? Maybe this is not what you want to be served.
Chakula imepoa, chakula imepoa.
You see, you unaleta chai when I'm already late. You know, because it might, as much as it might look a small thing, it's a bigger thing.
Yeah.
And you disagree on the issue ya chakula.
Yeah.
Now, you want to carry the grudge of ya chakula, and you do not want to know how is the spouse's day faring.
True.
Usibebe grudge ya chakula kwa kujulia hali your partner, your spouse.
Yeah.
let's handle the issues separately. All right? That's what I was talking of. Like, in your communication, the reason people and many couples are not communicating is because the reason of their disagreement, they are carrying the reason of their disagreement to another reason.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah. So
Now,
an accumulate.
Ati sasa like, because we disagree on this matter, hata sitakujulia hali, hata akinipigia simu sitachukua. You know,
and maybe they are calling you for an emergency. For an emergency.
Yeah. The issue of the children. You know, if they are there. You know, or any other thing.
Yeah.
Unajua, maybe the token may go off.
Yeah.
You know, jamaa wa maji anaweza kuwa amefika.
Yeah.
The bills were not clear. Mtoto anaweza kuwa amekuwa mgonjwa. Now because you disagreed on a certain issue,
you don't pick
the call. I think it is a very much uncalled for. Communication is one of the things that is a principle in marriage. That even though you disagree, do not extend the disagreement to very many unnecessary dramas. Communicate. Now, do not go mute. Do not go on silent on your partner.
You know, even silence is communication.
Because actually, even silence itself is a communication.
Yeah. I call you, you don't pick my call. It communicates so much to me. Yes. Yeah, you come to the house, you're not talking to me because we disagreed. It communicates so much to me. So even silence is communication. So it's good or it's advisable. Even wherever you've disagreed, just make sure you keep your communication alive. Because the heart of your partner will heal pole as you continue to do what? To communicate. That is number one pillar that I can say a high five.
Yeah.
Let's keep
to
on.
both of us. Yeah.
Let's keep on. Yeah.
Please, couples. Never ever. Never ever.
Yeah.
And I plead with you.
Never break.
Kwanza nyinyi wazee saa zingine. You can, and there are so many ways of cutting the communication. You could decide today I'll go home late.
I'll spend time with my friends.
I'll spend time with my friends.
I'll come home full. Sitakula food yake. Yeah.
You are creating unnecessary sufferings.
Yes, to
your partner.
Yeah.
Another thing that I would say has caused us to make it so far is maybe because number one, there is a very fundamental issue. I don't know, you guys have ever realized something. The Bible says, whoever finds a woman.
Why?
Sorry.
Hey.
Whoever finds a woman, a wife. I'm still repeating a woman. Whoever finds a wife
finds a good thing.
Finds a good thing. I don't know, kama mtu amewahi kaa and you pause think about that scripture. The Bible does not actually say whoever finds a lady and makes her a wife.
Yeah.
It talks of whoever finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains the favor of the Lord. You know, this tells you what? This is something premeditated. The wife thing, the husband thing, even way before you married, you are a wife. Way before you married, you are a husband. The point I want to bring here is, God is the author of marriages. Another key thing that has made us maybe, and is helping us so much so far, is being cautious about godliness. Sure. Mimi, actually, I can testify and say, before I got married, I would usually say, ule mwenye nitaoa atakuwa na bahati. Because I would like to do it the God way. Because I believe God is the initiator of this marriage. Because God alianza ndoa wa kwanza in the Garden of Eden through Adam and Eve. Therefore, in every circumstance, in every maybe challenge or in every situation, he's a master planner. He got the blueprint of marriage. I believe even right now, and in very many aspects of life, but now in the context of marriage, is that I think we are always cautious of God. What would God do? True. What would God say?
What if I do this?
What if I do? Will it please God? You know, the Bible says, in the book of, this one I will quote, in the book of Genesis, chapter number 18, verse 19, God was in the alikuwa kwa safari ya kwenda kumaliza hii Sodom and Gomorrah. And he wanted to hide something. But then he said, not that he wanted to hide something, he said, now that I've made Abraham a friend, should I hide anything from him? Wacha nimwambie. In fact, I've chosen Abraham because through him, I know he will teach his children godliness.
Yeah.
You know,
and that's one of the purposes of marriage, that we can bring a continuation of godliness. Yes.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Even in the book of Malachi, you know, the reason as to why God want marriages and godly marriages is because you want godliness to be taught to our children. Yeah. God honors, God loves marriage. Yeah. You know, and the only way we are able to bring more of his kind is through this institution of marriage, because it is through this institution of marriage that maybe you will have children, you know, both biological, spiritual, you know, and you're able to teach them the godly way. The point here is, brethren, is that God is the master planner of this thing. In every situation, if you are cautious of him, what would he say? What would he do? Not only in good times, not only in bad times, even in good times, because there are people who wreck marriages because of their good times, you know. Because the end of the marriage is not just marry. It is after this. What is it that God wants me to fulfill in this thing? What is it that, because it's a paradox, it's a mystery, you know, it keeps unfolding. So if I would say another piece that has kept us so far is being cautious of God. Would God in heaven be proud that I brought Manasseh to Miriam, or I brought Miriam to Manasseh? Would God be happy? And that way, being cautious of God, he will tell you about things that you need to wait. There are things I may find near be a wife, maybe this thing is not making me happy. Because again, you know, as much as we talked about communication, we can also break marriage through communication. Because there are bad communications. Like, hii kitu lazima tuongelee saa hii, na kama si saa hii kuja lazima tuseme. You know, however it's communication, it also matters how you are communicating.
So the cautious thing is you should not so much fear about your wife or your husband. Even whatever you're doing, is he seeing me? Is he aware? Is it a place he can come? Like unajificha, ile ku delete messages, ile ku delete chats, because you know it's not about your wife, it's not about your husband, it's all about God.
Yeah, you know, it's subject for it is debatable about deleting. Debatable about deleting messages. You know, wacha nikwambie, of course, if you're deleting them because there is something you always do or you are doing and you are fearing, and call logs, but and that's a bad sign. It's a bad thing, because it shows behind the scenes we are cheating on your partner. But there are some deletings you can do, because unaona hii kitu hata sitaki mambo mingi, just like you can ignore a call. I will say of the same. There's a message somebody would write to you. Suppose my partner sees it. Suppose she sees it, or suppose he sees it. And then again, suppose nikamuoneshe. Will it jeopardize maybe even the image of that person to the other? So I think it is ni issue. Tuongelele.
Tuongelele.
But we now we'll be getting out of context. Debatable.
We are coming back to
that debate. Guys.
We are.
Hata unajua kuna message za delete.
Maana tulileta wanaume hapa ndio mtuambie
hata wewe
na delete.
Honey,
so it's debatable.
Have you ever deleted a message? No. Have you ever deleted a message?
Debatable.
No. Okay.
It's debatable. Let's leave it at that. Okay.
And
the
a
point
topic for another day. Okay, we just created another topic.
The point is being cautious.
Yeah.
Sawa. Wacha tuchukue your point. Being cautious. So let's go to number 3. Number 1 we've said is communication. Being cautious about is pleasing God, and so on and so on. Not about what, it's not about your wife, Sana, but cautious.
Yeah.
Number 3, I think also a pillar that has worked for us is supporting one another.
Wow, yeah.
Yani, kwanza, I just want to thank you. Like, you're just a good supporting husband. Yani, you're just supportive in all terms. When I was in school, you supported me. In ministry, you support me. I get a new job, you're just my first cheerleader and telling me you can do it, you can make it. So I think that supporting your partner thing, it makes ukipata other discouragements outside there, you know, there's somebody who is your cheerleader, who is pushing you, who is telling you you can do it, who is telling you you are more than enough for this assignment. Unaona? And I think to me that one has brought me this far, because definitely 12 years ago I was not who I am today, but it has taken sometimes I just remember the words you have told me, and you have told me that, honey, I think there's something in you. I remember kuna siku shainiambia hivyo, honey, there's something in you.
Oh, conversions now.
Yeah, there's something in you. And I was like, something in me, Yani, you believe in me even before nianze kuona that thing that is in me, and you started telling me you can do it.
Yeah.
You can become. Unaona those words, you can become, you can do it, you are more than enough. Yani, those things to me, they have brought me this far.
True.
Because even sometimes when I sit and feel like, will I really make it? Your words come to me and tell me you can do it. And you see, when you're there, you're telling me you can do it. You're not only saying it with words, you're also supporting me in other ways. If it's in school, you tell me you can pursue, you can do it.
Yeah,
and
true.
then you're also supporting me financially.
Yeah.
Kama ni job, I get a position, you tell me like, "Ay, honey, you can do it." You're supporting me. Maybe you're with the kids and I'm not around, I'm on duty. Sometimes I have to wake up very early. You're giving me skills. This one, if you handle it this way, itakuwa much better. Yani, that to me.
Yeah. Maybe, yeah. Support is so ambiguous.
Yeah.
It's so broad. Because there is also about emotional support. Because, and not just support, because again, there are those kind of like supports, like you hear people say, I see I've paid the bills.
Yeah.
I see I've paid the house.
Yeah.
Maybe if you are renting. See, I've paid the kids' school fees. Of course it is support. But now, then you are not, you are
an absent
person, spouse. You know? So support, it is it is something to unfold. It is so wide. We are talking of, be it emotional support, be it financial support, in all aspects, you must
find a way to support. Yeah.
Yani, in other words, be the best cheerleader.
Yeah.
Be the first cheerleader, the chairperson.
Yeah.
To your spouse.
Yes.
It always breaks me when somebody or a spouse is having a project or a vision.
Yeah.
And in the process, you maybe encounter these two people in different occasions or in their separate ways. And you realize that whatever the husband or the wife is embarking on, it is a dilemma to his or her husband. Sorry, not to his or her husband. What did I say?
The wife, so it's to her husband.
To her husband. Yeah. Yani, as in, somebody would be doing something and the wife is not aware.
And vice versa.
And vice versa. So you wonder, like, then how are we going to achieve this? And we are not talking about the project. We are talking maybe sometimes about the big project.
Yes.
You know, you like to maybe there is a land you are acquiring somewhere. And maybe mama hajui, ama mzee hajui, or maybe you want to purchase a vehicle.
Yeah.
Of course, in Najua, kuna those kind of surprises and gifts. Apart from that, then how do you support your partner? How then are we going to cheer him up if you're not aware of the visions or the projects that you are achieving or trying to achieve as a family. I think the other pillar, as she has said, is that the pillar of being your partner's first tier person.
Ish.
Before anybody else tells her there, akitoka kwa nyumba, you are smart. Those
Be the
small things.
first,
Be the first one to tell you, to tell her, to tell him. You know, by the way. Usigoje uko nje akaambiwa, because the moment, you know, these things we are being told that unajua ladies want to hear more than men will hear, would want to hear. By the way, I'm here, niko hapa leo to speak on behalf of all men in the world.
You want to be told
who is this human
smart
being that does not want to be told that he's smart? Ish. You know, every time I'm told in the office, I must say unakaa smart, something clicks in me. Do you know something? Guys, I have twins. You'll be turning 3 years in the next 1 month. When were they born? The twins were born in September.
Okay. So in the next 1 month.
I mean, a few weeks.
Honey.
Yeah.
Very soon.
We have a lot of things in the mind, but I know their birthday in September. Today's in August. We are in August. Now, so in a few weeks' time, they'll be turning 3 years. There's this girl, actually, in both of them. Anytime I dress up,
Daddy uko
smart. Aki, let me confess.
How do you feel?
It melts my heart.
Na kama ni utoto tu sije.
Aki si utoto. Why is it that they are telling me I'm smart, but nikitoka kwa babu wacha tuseme niko smart? But when I put on, is when they are saying, Daddy, you look smart. Yani, Isaki isaurike. Please, I stand on behalf of all men.
Tutawaambia.
We want.
Nakwambianga saa zingine.
Saa zingine. We want to be told. We want to. Okay, the point is compliment.
Yeah, compliment
your partner.
Appreciate.
Be the first person. Be the first person that is able. Is able. But I'm also grateful that. By the way, me, I don't know why. She always tells me that, Annie, uko na content. Actually, kukaa hapa.
You do.
Kukaa hapa.
See what your partner has and help them. But the way that is I think we will come back with another video of the purposes of marriage. Yeah. Because another purpose for marriage is that God would want you, the giftings and the talents of your partner, you help him bring them out. Because I believe that is you. That's a role God has prepared.
There's a point I do not want to forget on that. About support. Actually, you know, you could be supporting, but you're absent.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if it makes sense. You could be supporting, but you are absent. Unataka dress. Nimekurushia 20 hapo, enda kwa shopping.
But
upatikani. Yeah. Why would not?
Kuna support in so many ways.
You support
emotional,
financial, and being there.
Yeah, and
please present, men, please ladies, be there for him. Ni nani huyu apendi kamba ya mwenye anampenda jameni? By the way, she will tell you and she might tell you she understands na anaelewa. But in vile sasa ana option.
Especially speaking on the side of women, I think sisi women tunapendanga hiyo, like just to see your husband there and appreciate it. Anyone else anaweza ku discourage, but that one person who is your head, mwenye anakupiga support, you are just good to go.
Yeah.
I think we go to the next one. Mimi nimesema communication, tumesema
being conscious of God.
Yeah, tumesema supporting one another. Na another thing that has really worked for us. Say it.
Maybe I would talk of, because we serve together in the same church. I also, okay, it's also, somehow it's coming to part of like supporting, but I would talk of like we serving together, serving God together. I think that is something that, do you know, by the way, honey, by the way, we are both in the worship team of our church. And by the way, if everybody else did not come, and as long as she's there, the rest they will back up.
Utarukwa. Unajua ni leader.
What I mean is serve together. Serve God together. Because why are you together? This especially for those people who came, because this does not necessarily mean our context, of course, we are talking in the basis of Christianity, but we would like also anybody that will listen to this, you'll be of help to him. But now tukikuja sasa kwa wale ambao wana serve together in church. Serve together.
Just find something that you can serve God together with.
Be able to. It's equal like the husband is in the house,
and then
the wife is in the church, or vice versa. The husband's in the church, and the wife is at home. You know, look for a common thing, or you know, not common, a common thing. You might be in different departments. It just feels good.
Yeah, encourage one another to serve.
Encourage one another together to serve God together.
Yes. The fifth one, and maybe the last one for today, something that has really worked for us, really worked for us, is protecting one another.
Oh yeah.
Protecting one another.
Very important.
Hey, you will never find my husband anywhere discussing about me. Never. As in a negative manner. Okay, sometimes anaweza kuwa labda ana seek advice about something, but it also depends with who.
With who and who.
Yes. But in a negative way you find that sijui amechukua simu ameanza kusema sijui Mama Royo sijui anakuanga 1 2 3 4. It has never happened, and I think that one has really strengthened our marriage because we have not allowed that parties to come in.
Yeah.
And to come in and like bring distraction. Anywhere there's a loophole and the enemy would want to come in any way, we try to protect one another.
True.
We try to protect one another, and that comes in even in terms of family, because as we all know, he has his family, I have my family, and our families came together to be one family. But kuna ile protection, kuna ile protection anakuanga ameniwekea. And that protection is really helpful because he's teaching his people how to treat me. I'm also teaching my people how to treat him.
Sure.
So I'm also teaching my people how to treat him. There are things I go sit down with my brothers and sisters and start discussing about you. Tomorrow respect inaisha. They see you, they see everything. Hata wanashanga, is this the same guy? Huyu hata ana mistreat our sister. Huyu hata anafanya one two. The same thing with him. He goes sit with his people and start saying that my wife is doing 1 2 3 4. What will happen? Tomorrow I go there, hata vile wananibeba, wanajua everything about me. So I think that protection, we need to learn to protect our spouses.
Yeah. You know, Yani, I don't know how best I can put it than the way she has put it. There's a song, when she was speaking, I remembered a song that was sung during our wedding. When we were signing that certificate, there's a song that was sung by those women of our local church. They said something. Okay, it is an interpretation of the song because it was sung in our language. That mukiruhusu mambo yenu ifike kwa watu, mutakuwa munachekelewa mukienda kwa hao watu. Hao watu watawacheka.
If you allow your issues to go to people,
and if you spill your issues, not need to allow, but if you spill any of you,
the better word, any one of you,
okay, sikatai there is that a friend, a bandit, but you have to be very cautious also. What is it that you are telling him? What is it that you are telling her, if that's the lady? Because those people, because actually what you are doing, you are just undressing your spouse. Because that person you are thinking you are telling him about your spouse or her, hata na yeye ataenda kuambia mwingine. Na hata kama hata ambia mwingine, wacha nikuambie. It is a proof. It is evidence. We have examples. You only be making your spouse be looking stupid. You are exposing her.
Exposing his weaknesses.
Exposing his weaknesses, her weaknesses. Please, guys, be the first protector of your partner.
Find the right way to. Maybe if it's an issue.
Even if it's an issue.
Find the right way.
Find the right way of addressing it.
Yeah, of addressing it. That's why we talk about, like, even find a mature couple and maybe you've been walking the journey together with. Maybe something like that.
And actually, even if it's a mature couple, I also think those who have did their weddings in, their marriage was through weddings. there is always that best couple
Yeah.
that you hint.
Yeah.
And share with them
Share with them.
about your issues. But again, si kila siku ati leo chakula ilikuwa na chumvi mingi.
Umechukua simu.
Alo, ulikuwa nakwambia leo kwanza ameweka chakula mingi, ameweka chakula chumvi. Alo, leo, you know, hata wao they have issues. Utawachosha na wataanza kukuona hata wewe sasa unjielewi. So, but the point here is be the first protector of your partner. And also, those people that do not respect your spouse, how are they your best friends?
Yeah.
Stay away from them. There is
People
no.
who cannot respect your spouse.
No, people cannot respect
they
your
don't
wife.
Respect you neither.
Definitely.
Yeah, if you don't respect him, you don't respect
Exactly.
me. Yes. So why should you be my friend? We laugh together and then you don't want to see me.
By the way, let me tell you something. The people that respect my wife, I respect them too much. I love them. And I believe the same.
Yeah.
How would you be my friend and you are down talking, backbiting my wife? By the way, me nikijua tu, there is a way you down look on her. Oh my goodness. Yeah. I love you with the love of God, but me and you.
Because it is not good. It's not good. Because again, it will not give me confidence knowing that so and so it's affecting, and then you're still good friends there. I will feel like it's not good.
Yeah, sure.
So I think those are. Can we do a recap? Tumesema?
Communication,
a strong pillar.
Being cautious of God.
Yes, a strong pillar as well.
And also being supportive. Serving God together.
And number five,
protect your partner.
There are so many other factors, there are so many other principles that will work. That is ours. And we have so many more. We have so many more. And and there are some that are also working for you. Maybe you can share down in the comments below and say what has worked for you. What is your pillar? What has brought you this far? And somebody is going to learn, somebody is going to understand, and even maybe they are going to apply to their own marriages and it's going to work. So
true.
I want to say thank you so much for watching this video. I'm hoping that you've learned. And as we have always said, that we should work on our marriages. It takes two for a marriage to work.
True.
You cannot allow one person to put efforts while on the other side you are not doing what? You are not helping it work out. So what do we say for today? We say kwaheri, but promise that you are going to come back again.
No, I'm always there.
You're always there. On the camera.
I'm always there.
On the camera.
Yes.
Let me do what I did today to make him come next time. We
Please
say
do.
bye-bye. Kindly make sure you subscribe to this channel.
Thank you.
And God bless you. God bless your marriage.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Amen.